Thailand has a pivotal role in ASEAN as a founding member and also one of its biggest economies. But what about its relationship with Hong Kong as an ASEAN partner? With us is Dickson Ho. He's the Principal Economist with HKTDC Research. And Dickson, what is the relationship, would you say, between Thailand and Hong Kong today?
Thailand is a very important economy in Southeast Asia or within the 10-nation ASEAN grouping. Thailand is the second largest trading partner of Hong Kong in ASEAN, even though it ranks third either as a source of imports or as a market.
Well, ASEAN is preparing for its formal economic community this year. Does that make Thailand a priority then for Hong Kong?
The ASEAN Economic Community, so to speak, AEC, many years in the making. Okay, so the AEC is going to formally launch this free trade area among themselves by the end of this year. And that means a lot for themselves as well as the companies and people trading with individual ASEAN countries. Just because when you look at ASEAN, it's a market of about 620 million people.
Well, Thailand, like many other ASEAN countries, has a young population, young consumers. Does that make it particularly interesting to Hong Kong?
I think the Thai market is very mature in the sense that the retail landscape has changed dramatically over the past decade or so. And there are so many international companies interested in Thailand. And on the other hand, there are a lot of local brands emerging. They try to fit themselves into the different niches of the whole retail ecosystem there. In terms of the goods sold to Thailand, there are a lot of opportunities, in particular the lifestyle products. A lot of them would be doing with fashions. The other thing would be areas in connection with the electronics. So these would be the areas that Hong Kong is particularly good at. The bulk of trade between Thailand and Hong Kong concerns with the industrial goods that are used in making the final products. And we have a very substantial edge in ensuring the supply chain of all these industrial goods come in to onto our shore at the right time.
So what would you say was the importance for construction companies and infrastructure companies from Hong Kong in Thailand?
Well, that's an interesting question because we understand that the political situation in Thailand was or has been not very stable for a fair number of years, but the situation has a lot stabilized since the middle of last year. And the new interim government wastes no time in releasing what they call the 7-year infrastructure development plan, in which it said it wants to have a very major overhaul and restructure of this infrastructure condition in the country. It will require a lot of expertise and project management skill, and this is the area where exactly Hong Kong, the engineering and construction company can cut in, just because they have had the experiences of handling similar things over the past 2 or 3 decades.
Well, Hong Kong is, of course, interested in the Belt and Road, China's major initiative that's going to be taking place in the region. But is that going to be also important to ASEAN and particularly Thailand?
Under the Belt and Road initiative, the AIIB will be putting in the pipeline a lot of the infrastructure projects. And just because of the very pivotal role of Thailand as a logistic hub, so I believe that there will be a lot of more opportunities for Hong Kong infrastructure or construction and engineering companies to reap on in the coming years.
So are firms in the supply chain management sector really going to be interested in Thailand from Hong Kong?
It's a very, very crucial question, whether we can entice the Thai customers to use our Hong Kong services. But first of all, let's bear in mind the very constructive role of Hong Kong as a logistic hub. The very strong capability of the Hong Kong logistic firm, whether they can serve the Thai customer in their onshore market, that means within Thailand, or in the offshore market, that is using Hong Kong as a logistic platform. I think they have played the role very well over the past 2 or 3 decades. We can take advantage of the development of the AEC on the one hand, and also the capability as well as the expertise of the Hong Kong supply chain management companies on the other.
Well, Dickson, thanks very much indeed for those answers.